What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. Yeah, so I know y'all don't like it when I drive in video, but I have I got a long day at the job. So you know, gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Sun went away, so now you get the nighttime drivey. Get the nighttime drivey thing. Anyway, so oh boy, it's you know what's crazy? You know what's funny? Concord is funny. Okay, I've been talking about Concord for the whole 2 weeks that it's existed as a game that has been released. Now, of course, not so much. It seems that Sony is shutting down Concord. Now they're saying, oh, you know, it might come back or whatever. We're gonna see what we're gonna do. Boo, 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 boo. Everybody's getting a refund. You know your game is bad when Sony gives it a refund. You know your game is bad. Sorry for the lighting, but what are you gonna do? So I'm like, how? Okay, let's put this into perspective, okay? You have Sony, the market leader, quote unquote, supposed market leader. You have Nintendo, you have Microsoft, right? Sony is the only one of the three to produce the worst AAA game in the history. Sorry, my truck is loud because the fan clutch is broken. Sony is the only of the three to produce the worst game in the history of video games. The entire history of video games, this is the worst game, and it was made by first party Sony. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. I'm gonna do some after colors, so it's gonna look real. It's gonna look like night vision when I'm finished with this video because it's so dark. Listen, I don't think y'all realize the ramifications of the situations of the collaborate. Listen, I've never ever seen a failure like this. Like I said last video, you look at all the failures or all the games that were supposed failures by Microsoft, like, oh yeah, Redfall's bad. This game failed so hard that I was listening to videos today, right? Videos and just, you know, whatchamacallit. It was videos and it was some streams, some like podcast or whatever, right? And so I listen to Dirt Griggity. I listen to a little bit of his stuff. You know, I always like Dirt. He's always good. But freaking, I've listened to some dudes I never heard of before. I was like, let's listen to what they talk about. Something about Concord. Let's see what's going on. And this one video I listened to, he did his video before Concord actually released. And everything he said, he's like, yeah, Sony, you can't release a boring game. He said everything that he said applied to Concord before it released. So it's before he kind of knew what was gonna happen. And I was like, wow, it's like he's got a crystal ball or something. But look, this failure is so huge. How huge is this failure? Think about it. For Sony to give refunds to a game that they put out, how bad is the situation? Yeah, it's real bad. For Sony to say, yo, we dropping this game, we pulling it off store shelves. Remember they did that with Cyberpunk? Oh, this game ain't good enough, we pulling it off store. This game is such a failure that Sony said, nah, we can't. It's just too bad. We can't. Like, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking like the CEOs and all of them, they had their grubby little fingers all up in the game, right? And so they made all the dumbass decisions that made the game what it is, right? And Firewalk is just like, all right, we'll make whatever you say. But this is what's going to happen. And that's what happened. Yeah, people are like, this is trash garbage, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, yep, we told you so. This is what's going to happen. This happened. This is going to happen. And so I'm like, man, it's crazy. And so this game, a complete failure. I can't even imagine or picture or illustrate how complete a failure this game is in the context of like modern video games and all that good stuff. There's no other comparison to this game. This sets the precedent. And now I listen to Kind of Funny. I listen to everybody, right? I wanted to hear what everybody's having to say. Of course, Kind of Funny is kind of like, oh, you know, they're blaming Sony or the uppers or the CEOs and all that stuff, right? And I'm like, look, maybe it was the CEOs, maybe it was the director, whatever, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, they made a game that people don't want to play. Period. Don't give me no caveats. Don't give me no excuses. Concord, nobody wants to play it. More so than any other game that I can recall in recent history. There's no other. Every other game's a service game. More players. Even that like Black Tiger, that goofy asset flip game that was on PlayStation. That was a hot piece of trash. Even that one got more views or more players, because it was just like, oh, this is weird, let's play this goofy game. But Concord is so uninteresting, boring, that they were like, nope, we don't want nothing to do with this, we're good, we're not. So that but yes, think about Ponies and Donkey Unicorns are in denial. They're like, oh, well, that's not us. That's not Sony. That's not none. They just bought that. It wasn't. And Colin, I think I said this last video, but Colin said, oh, it wasn't organic growth. They just acquired them all quick and stuff, and so it wasn't organic growth, and that's why the game failed. I'm like, no, it failed because Sony sucks at games of service. So they don't know what they're doing. So they don't know what to look for. They don't know how to put the game together. They don't know what qualities the game should have, because obviously they don't know. Because if they did know, they wouldn't have released Concord. And now Concord's going into hibernation or whatever. What they need to do, I mean, I don't know if somebody said they had a year worth of whatchamacallit's already done, cinematics. And I'm like, y'all gonna have to change, like, the only good thing about that game that I've heard from some of these YouTubers is that the gameplay, the gunplay and stuff is good, like foundationally speaking is good, but the systems that surround it and the different modes that they try to implement it for casual players bring it all down and destroys it, and it doesn't work. The only mode that works, according to this one dude, was the hardcore mode, the one life and all that stuff, and all the systems kind of work towards that specific mode. But they didn't want to put that out because it was too hardcore and they would lose all the big giant audience and blah blah blah. So I'm like, this game seems like it was failed from the beginning, or it was this one type of game that they tried to shoehorn all this casual stuff into. I don't know, but what I do know is that it's trash. Sorry. What I do know is that it's I can't. There's no. This is unbelievable. This generation is unbelievable. Like I say, and these freaking Donkey Unicorns and Ponies are trying to switch. The only thing that they can talk about is, oh, Xbox games are on PlayStation 5. I'm like, all right, but when though? Because here's the thing. There was I think it was that koala dude, whatever his name is, X blah blah blah, whatever. He was saying something about PC gamers versus PlayStation 5, like they were comparing the PlayStation 5 Pro. I think it was oh no it's Alex, his video, and basically saying, yeah, like me, I have the PlayStation. I'm gonna get the PlayStation 5 Pro because I don't want to wait for exclusives. And I'm like, So wait a second. You can't have it both ways. All these Donkey Unicorns opponents say, aha, we got Xbox games on PlayStation, but you have to wait. You have to wait at least 6 months, for what, Indiana Jones. You still gotta wait. You're gonna miss the FOMO. The FOMO is gonna be done. All the spoilers are gonna be out. The whatchamacallit, the DLC will probably be out before then. So y'all redheaded stepchild, y'all second class citizens as far as Microsoft is concerned, but you're still gonna buy it at full price. That's the thing. So it's that same argument when the ponies and Donkey Unicorn say, oh, PC don't care because they're getting it later, we get it first, time exclusive. It's the same thing that Microsoft is doing to y'all. And so y'all waited 7 years for Sea of Thieves, and it sold 1 million on PlayStation 5. I think PlayStation 4 too, because I think that game is on Xbox One. It is on Xbox One because that's where I originally got it from. Got it. So Microsoft's plan, their strategy is just they're trying to dominate, and y'all are sitting there like, oh, what should we do? Oh my gosh, I'm like, oh. Look, y'all, if y'all want to stick to the way you want to feel that's the way to do it, the old way, that's fine. But if you don't evolve, you're going to become extinct. There aren't going to be too many physical copies of games, moving forward. It's going to be smaller and smaller because the reality of the situation is that nobody's buying them. It's all digital. It's all Game Pass. It's all PS Plus, whatever garbage thing that they have over there. So, that's one aspect of the evolve or become extinct. The other is, look, it's already been proven. It's already been a precedent has been set that Sony copies Microsoft. They have been for years, and they will continue to, because the way that Microsoft does their thug thizzle, they make money. They bit off of Game Pass, but they didn't go all the way because they don't have the balls to put their first party games on PlayStation. And that antiquated business model is going to be the death of PlayStation because they are too stubborn to change. That's Japan. That's the Japan side. That's not, Jim Ryan was a fool too, but he was, I don't remember a worse CEO than Jim Ryan was the worst. I'm sorry, but I'm repeating myself. But the whole Concord thing, if you go on YouTube, you go wherever, you look at the Concord slander. These are PlayStation dudes, and the kind of funny thing was so boring, one. And the other part of it was that, I can't stand Greg. I can't. But I did. And they were blaming the greed of Sony. Like, we didn't ask for this. You see the common theme of narrative between the ponies and the Donkey Unicorns. And now, kind of funny, they're concerned about this games as a service move. Oh my gosh, this is bad for, I guess, Sony, because they suck at it. But everybody else is making money. So it's like, hold up. Games as a service is bad because Sony sucks at it? What about all the other companies, all the other publishers that are making bank off of games like this? Look at Rockstar. They're making bank off of GTA Online, right? Why? Because they know how to do it. They make a game that people want to play, and they know how to do it. That's it. So everybody's blaming everybody else. Oh, it's the industry, the greedy CDOs. No. Sony made a whack-ass game that nobody wants to play. Period. That's where it starts. That's where it stops. Grand opening, grand closing. You know what I'm saying? Porter Rock, you must have been talking about freaking Concord, because that was a grand opening and a grand close. 2 weeks. Didn't even last. But anyway, I appreciate you hanging out, listen, man, like and subscribe. Hit me up in the comments below. What do you think about my dirt videos? You like my dirt video? Sorry. Yeah, what y'all think about this whole Concord thing? I mean, this is ridiculous. They shut it down. Now, I think it's going to be free to play. They're going to have like some sort of battle pass thing and stuff, but they need to change a lot of things about that game before they can come back. And they've heard like the feedback, and it's the design of the characters, the color. I watched a dude for like a half an hour talking only about the colors of the characters and how the skin color and the outfit colors, and the fact that there's supposed to be 2 primary colors and maybe a tertiary accent color, or maybe a third or third accent color, so 2 and 2. He went through like all the characters. He said, you know how your character, if your character is good or not, you put it in black and white. If it looks like a big blob of grayness, then you failed at design. And he did it, and all of them were all gray. He's like, all of them. Even the visor, the lady with the one color and the visor, her visor turned gray. I was like, damn. Even the red color, it was crazy. And Star Child, all gray. I was like, wow. I never thought about it, but yeah. It's a subtle tweak on the colors of the outfits made the contrast pop, and it made them more, I don't want to say vibrant. I mean, it was vibrant because the contrast was there, but it was just like a simple thing like that. I mean, besides the actual aesthetic and the design of failures of some of those characters. But anyway, whatever. Concord is like a failure among. There's so many failures. The failures outweigh the wins. The L's outweigh the W's on Concord's behalf, because it's just no saving that. Sorry. She's loud, ain't she? Anyway, appreciate y'all hanging out, and hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think about the dark video. Let me know the dirt videos. And you're gonna get your money back for Concord. You better. Don't keep it. I mean, I guess you could keep it. But are you gonna have to send it back? Is that how that? Like, if you bought a physical copy, you're gonna have to go back to the store and give it back, or can you just keep it just for? I think that's what they're gonna do. They'll let you keep the physical copy, but you won't be able to play the game. I mean, you're not gonna be able to play it anyway because they're not gonna be having any servers up. Anyway, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Till the way time.